Welcome to episode 5 of the Wisco Wistys. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, woo. Yeah, let's show some energy, Cole. We've got some feedback saying Cole alive?
This is me.
Wake up.
I am here.
Odell Beckham Jr. I'm him.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck them.
What do we have for some headlines? What happened this weekend?
There's one headline this weekend.
Yeah.
Absolutely one.
Yeah, and I can't seem
And
to get away from it.
if we had a following, we'd probably get destroyed for what I'm going to say, but I don't give a shit. I'm so sick of the Taylor Swift crap. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan because I don't like her music. It's just not my thing. I'm sure she's great. She's won Grammys, whatever. But her Swifties are infiltrating football, and that's my area,
That's our
and I
safe
hate it.
space.
Yeah, get out of my safe space. I hate it so much. She's at the game. Are they dating? She's jumping around. Ooh, and it's the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs. And they're like, "Oh my God, she's too good for Travis Kelsey." I see all these videos like, "Oh my God, they're there! Oh my God, they're there!" Like all these young fucking chicks. They're like, "Oh my!" Like, you know who she reminds me of? And she's getting to the point.
Who?
Brady. She can't
Oh,
do anything wrong. Everything she does is perfect. She's a cornball. Like she's the corniest, most like fake person in the world to me. I'm sorry. She's so calculated. They talk about how she drops all these hints, and she does. I'm sure she does. But if you think she does that in her music, she does it in the rest of her life. And she's been in a couple relationships, and it's never her fault they fail. And now Travis Kelsey, a Hall of Fame tight end's not good enough for her. He's a decent looking dude. I don't even know if they're dating. I'm so sick of it. Leave football. You have 200 a billion fans. Go anywhere outside of my space. That's what happened this weekend. I am done with it.
I'm glad I just let you go there. I was like, I had a couple things I could have said, but I'm like, I'm just gonna let him vent, get it out.
Do you feel the same? I mean, all weekend I'm telling Paige, I'm like, I'm so fucking sick of seeing Taylor Swift on my timeline. Andy Reid's talking about Taylor Swift, Patrick Mahomes, even like Sunday Night Football. They're like, oh, he's in his Swifty era. I'm like, can we not? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I at some point during that game, I was like, okay, how many times are they gonna show her or talk about her? I'm like, can we just watch the game? I didn't get it. But
I know,
she has
because
an
the game
effect.
sucked.
She has an effect.
She's big. Well, that's the other thing that pisses
Allie
me off.
Allie was walking upstairs to go do laundry, and it was right when we first saw that she was like in the
She was
stands.
there.
She stops, turns back down the stairs, and she's like, "Oh my God!" And she gets all perked up.
Yeah,
I'm like, "She's not even a Swifty either." I'm like,
I was shocked.
she's like so into this. I'm like, "What the
Yeah.
hell? Who
I showed
cares?"
Paige. I was like, damn, she's there. Wow. Done. But everything, they're like, jersey sales up 400%. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
we need more assholes rooting for the Chiefs.
yeah,
Give me a break. I just can't. I'm so over it already. This Tom
yeah.
Brady 2.0. Like,
It's just getting started too.
yeah. And they're like, oh, she's the most famous person on the planet. Do you agree with that? This is a quick sidetrack here, but do you agree with that?
She's probably up there.
She's definitely up there, but over like Donald Trump,
Yeah,
I don't think
like
so. A
the
world
Pope,
leader?
the
Yeah.
Pope.
They're like, but
There's a lot
think
of
about.
people.
I saw Barstool. They're like, think about all the young people. I'm like, you don't think like in school do they teach about the presidents or do they teach about Taylor
Taylor
Swift's
Swift. Yeah.
Eras tour? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean,
She's got a
Trump is
pull, but
probably up there.
yeah, or Biden or whoever, Putin. I don't know. Pick one.
Mhm.
But Swift, I'm just over it already. I can't.
Yeah, I know.
That's that's
It's
the
annoying
literal
as hell.
headline I had for the weekend for the big thing. That's all I
Yeah.
put down.
Taylor Swift, and I'm sick of
Yes.
her.
Sick
Yeah.
of the
It's all the dumb puns too that they're doing. And it's like, come on.
yes. And then
Yeah.
I see all these pictures online, like them driving. I heard she paid for everyone's meal, which is kind of a badass move. So then they could go into the restaurant alone, apparently. I don't know if that's true either. But like all these details, I'm like, God, like who cares?
Yeah.
I can't.
It's
But
just it's
let's
just dumb.
let's let's focus on football because this isn't a
Yeah, I know.
dumbass
We gave
podcast.
her,
Yeah, I
any
spent too
press.
much
There's no
energy.
such thing as bad press, and we're just
Mhm.
literally talking about her. So, like, she
Yeah,
needs
because
it.
we're so much press for her.
Oh yeah,
Um, I
our
think
merch is gonna go up 400% after this.
that'd be kick ass. We're gonna actually get an advertisement too.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, um,
we'd like to
this
say thank you to our sponsors. No, I'm
Blue
just kidding.
Chew.
I have to bleep
um,
that out probably.
yeah, this weekend was kind of what we thought. Just kind of, I mean, Miami 70 on the
That
Broncos. That
I
was,
mean, we knew they were gonna kick their ass, but that was unreal. And
yeah, they
guess
were
who
like
picked up
3 points away.
guess who picked up Raheem Mostert as like I guess I'll pick him because I
You?
didn't know if Joe Burrow was gonna play. I did. And I started him. 42 points.
Well, I played Lexa, and we'll get to that later. But dear God,
Oh, will we
she
get to
was
that?
the Dolphins. Yeah, fuck. And
And
then
Tua was on our bench. He didn't even make
yeah,
it to the
because
starters.
she had Herbert and Keenan Allen. I mean, let's
Yeah.
just get to it right now. We're talking about it. She had Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mostert, Tyreek Hill, the Bills defense. She, I think, finished with 245. I had
Yeah,
like
she beat
130.
she beat
She
you by
almost
over
doubled
a
me.
hundred points.
Yeah, she almost doubled my score. It was the most, I was talking so much shit last week. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
I need to
know.
settle her down. Like, this is great. And she wiped my ass left and right.
At
She
least you can admit it.
dominated me.
At least you
Yeah, I
can.
took a beating this weekend, like Russell Wilson and those fucks. Like that. Oh, God. That hurt. But you
Oh
know what
man, that's
else?
great.
You know what made it better? The Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. Who saw that coming? Not
Yeah, what the
me.
hell?
Any
I don't
given
think
Sunday.
I don't think anyone picked them. Unless you're like a diehard Cardinals fan, you're like, I'm just gonna pick them until they win. I'm kind of there as a Packer fan, and I picked the Packers to win. And up until the fourth quarter, I was like, why the fuck did I pick them? We're down our number one receiver. We're down our number one left tackle, left guard, running back. Jair was
I
hurt. I was like, what the
I
fuck?
once I heard that, I switched to the Saints. I was like, we're losing. But I thought, like you, we were gonna win. Even Dad, when he found out that news, was like, I'm sticking with the Packers. All game, I watched that first game of the year with Dad. He was 2015 mode prime. What are we doing? What's going on? Oh my God. I was like, I thought you
Yelling.
didn't care. Like you
Yeah, I
had
thought
no
the season.
expectation.
Yeah, I thought the season had
I
zero
know
expectations.
with Aaron, it was like nothing. We suck. It's
Yeah,
his fault. Whatever. This was like, come on. What are you doing? Penalty?
we're actually a
Matt.
team now.
I
Yeah,
know. And I was like, okay.
that's funny.
But yeah, it was.
But I
I
mean,
mean,
there
what a
was a lot of dumb shit that we did.
penalties.
Oh my
Matt
god.
LaFleur is a moron.
Yeah,
Love threw a duck of a pick. I was like, where? What? What? What are you
yeah,
doing? But we came
yeah.
back and we got the dub. That's all that.
That's all that
Rashawn
matters.
Gary's an animal. He
He's
changed that
so
game with
good.
Carr. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good.
Did
He had
Did
like
you see
three
his
sacks or at least.
Did you see his locker room interview?
No.
He is this. He was like, he was tearing up and he was like,
Yeah,
bro,
he's very emotional.
bro, I can't, bro, we were doing this, bro. And Dad's gonna just go track hawk mode with that all. Like I'm gonna show him. He's like track hawk, track hawk. Like it's the same thing. It's bad. He's not gonna like it, but
Yeah,
that
just
was
doesn't
that was
sound
a
very educated.
no. He went to Michigan. He's from Jersey.
Yeah, we're Michigan
Probably
State
isn't.
over here, baby.
Yeah, fuck Harbaugh. I enjoyed the win though. Great home win, first home opener. Was
Yeah, I mean that's
awesome.
huge. We had a record on the line. 10 straight
Yeah.
home openers and we're keeping it going, baby.
When they mentioned they're like last time they were down 17-0 was Chicago 2018 when Aaron hurt his knee. I'm like, oh, let's do it. Let's go. Let's make it two.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome.
What about anything else? Did you see Mac Jones sack tap?
Yeah, I did.
Or
It was hard to see on the video. Like it was very
I
granulated, and I couldn't really tell. And I
absolutely.
only watched it a couple times, but I mean, I'm sure he did it. He's done
I
a
think
lot of
he's dirty. That's
dirty shit because he's
yeah.
been
He
like
also
tackled
from
and
his
he like
pred
gets up and he like, or he tried to hurdle you and he kicks you right in the nuts or something. He's
he
done
learned that
that,
from
right?
his
Or something like that.
predecessor. Yeah, his the guy that was there before him. I should say he didn't learn from him, but the guy who was there before him did it all the time.
Brady
So
did.
yeah, look it up. If you didn't know that, another reason to put it on the box. Ravens. I don't know if it was a playoff game, but it was at Gillette. He kicks the shit out of some guy's groin. Like suspended worthy. He goes up and then that leg goes right in there.
Ndamukong
He's a
Suh style.
yeah, he's bad. I'll have to
Stop,
send you.
stop,
It's not
Meister.
great. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I
I
that's
mean,
why I just
I wouldn't
assumed
put
it
it past
was.
him.
Yeah. That's why I assumed because he's done other stuff where he's twisted people's legs or not great.
Yeah, I could see it.
And then the last one I had written down was the Vikings outchargered the Chargers.
Yeah, I watched that game. I was like, why aren't they calling a timeout? Why aren't they calling a timeout? Why are they're just or they're not clocking the ball or something?
Yeah, he just like
I
sat
don't
there.
remember. They
What do
didn't
you
have a timeout or something, right?
No, but they could have clocked the ball.
Yeah,
And he
clock the
just like
ball.
they're like running around trying to get a play in and he's like, "Oh, screw this. I just wasted 10 seconds."
Yeah, then
Clock.
at least, you have 20 seconds and it's third down. You have to score a touchdown. They're down four.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to score a touchdown. It's third. If you clock it, it's third down, right? Yeah. So then you get two plays. That's enough time for two plays.
You
You
could
get
do
two
two plays in
chances.
10 seconds. I mean, they're so close because everything has to be to the end zone. If you go short, you're screwed, right? So everything's
Right.
got to be in the end zone. So you could do two plays in 10 seconds
Oh
if
yeah.
you don't extend it. You do a quick
And you
throw.
pick your two best plays in the red zone right there and you go.
Yes.
So I
What
yeah, I
did you
don't get
think
that
about
either.
what did you think about going for it like the Chargers did
I didn't
on
see
their
that.
own?
I missed that.
This
But I heard that it was
I
like,
watched
what? That was a
they
dumb
did
call.
they it was 4th and 1 and I'm like this is ballsy and they go fullback up the middle. Out of all things, you go Justin Herbert, who went 40 of 47 for 405 yards and 3 touchdowns. And they go, our quarterback's not doing well. We're going to trick him fullback. And it gets
Yeah.
stuffed. What do you expect? Like, you
And
should get
they
fired for that.
yeah, I think
That's a,
one of the analysts said, I'm sorry, but that's if they don't win that game, that's fireable.
I think his job was, I think he's screwed if they
Yeah.
didn't win. But Kurt
Which
saved
is
the day,
weird
baby.
because it was noon.
I know, but he's just
That's
like
when
in that
Kirk shows up.
he's in that mode where he's like, I'm putting out points. Jefferson's going, but then
He's
when it
leading
matters
the
most,
league in a lot of stats.
we're turning it over.
He's on track for 0 and 17.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Scoliosis.
Anything else you want to review for the weekend?
Um, no, I mean that's pretty much it. I didn't watch any of the Cardinals Cowboys game. What
I caught
happened?
the
I
end.
just don't
I
get it.
caught they ran all
How
over
do you
them.
whoop people? The Cardinals just played
They
possession
the
game.
Cardinals ran the ball really well, and then
Are
the
they just
Cowboys were 1 for 5 in the red zone, so they did not execute down there. They also were
are
out 3 offensive starters,
so the
offensive
Cowboys aren't
linemen.
a Cowboys aren't a good run defense?
No, they've given up a lot on the ground. People don't talk about it. I think the
And then because
who
they
did
had
I
Trayvon, but he's hurt now. Uh,
yes,
But he's
the
kind of like
ACL. Yeah, he's a big play
he like
guy.
you'd see him just absolutely blow covers, and then he'd have like two picks that game. So
Yep.
he's like always jumping routes, but he's giving up a lot. So he's kind of
He's
like
highs and lows. Yeah.
right,
He's a
yeah,
but yeah, they've given up a lot on the ground. I think I forgot the other really good
okay,
defense that someone mentioned that they're like the Cowboys have given up twice as much on the ground as them. So what are we talking about?
okay,
So
yeah,
maybe
yeah. I
that's a
didn't.
weakness. Because I
That's
think
just
that's
bizarre.
if you want to find a way to attack Well, two things I'll say. I if I'm gonna go against the Cowboys, I'm running at Mike. Like Dad always says this. I'll give him props. Run at that guy, the pass rusher.
Micah
Run at
Parsons. Yeah.
Micah, because you're gonna make him work, right? He
And there's
wants
going
to
to be
just
more bodies there. So it's like
yes, you're
he's got to
pushing him
fight through
around.
more.
You
It's not just one on one kind of anymore.
yep. And
It
then
might be, yeah.
I think it's twofold. I think you can't let them get off to a hot start because then they're just gonna tee off on you. But I heard a stat yesterday that they were 11-1 during games that occurred on turf. And then I think they were like, I don't, my math's probably off here. That's 12. So they were like 5 and, or like 3-4 or something. They lost like 4 games on grass. And
So are they
McCourty,
slower on grass or something?
it was McCourty on Sunday Night Football. And he's like, we played them in New England. And Belichick brought up that do we just have a fan appearance in the background? He's like, Belichick just brought up that they're so much slower on grass. They're
Yeah.
just, it's just they slow down a little bit. And that's a interesting thing to think about because they lost to the Eagles on grass last year or the Niners on grass. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
little tidbit.
Yeah. You wouldn't think it would matter that much. And especially with
Us,
everyone.
they
Yeah.
played us and we beat them on grass
Yeah. Everyone is so anti turf now with like Aaron getting hurt and all these like injuries. Bakhtiari basically refuses to play on turf. But
in general, too.
right. And a lot of people are like saying that there shouldn't be any more turf.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, yeah, I guess your cleats aren't like digging into the ground as much. You're staying more on the surface level.
Yeah.
I don't
It's an
know.
interesting thing. But
Yeah.
okay. That's the
Cool.
weekend for review.
Nice. So now we're going to look at some games coming up that you're interested in. Miami and
Yes.
Buffalo.
Miami and Buffalo. I mean, that's the best game of the weekend. There's not many great games this weekend. Miami and Buffalo's great. I did look a couple weeks ahead. There's some kick ass games, like really good.
Well, I
But
mean,
Miami and
Miami,
Buffalo is a
Buffalo
big
looked a
one.
lot better. They looked more like Buffalo. I know they played the Commanders, but
Teams are starting to hit their stride a
right.
little bit.
They're
It's
just
not
slow. It was a
preseason.
little slower start. Yeah.
Yep.
So that is going to be a good one. I don't know how, I
Yep.
mean, Buffalo's D had like 4 picks.
I think it's a noon game too, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that should be the game of the week.
And they're lucky they get Buffalo in beginning of October. They're not there in
Right.
December,
When it's
right?
snowing and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when their team would probably not have the advantage with their speed.
Yeah.
It is a noon game. And then I had Ravens Browns just as an AFC North kind of bloodbath. Um,
Yeah. And then, of course, Thursday night football, where the Wisco Wistys will be coming uh,
live.
to you live. Yeah. Um, I feel like we got to do something. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited, dude. I'm so pumped. It's going to be
first
like
game, yeah.
decent weather too, like 60s throughout the whole game, pretty much. Yeah, it's going to be great.
So
Yeah, I mean,
other
those
than that,
really,
there's not much.
yeah. I was not impressed with the Ravens losing to the backup quarterback.
Colts. Yeah, so how
Colts.
do they respond against Deshaun? Deshaun played really well. I talked shit about him last week. He played well, so
Yeah. He's
be
still
interesting.
athletic and he's
Yes.
relatively young, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's same class as Mahomes.
So he's like 27 or 28.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's me out there.
just a lot more money and a lot more criminal charges.
Yeah.
Um,
At least one more.
Speaking of quarterbacks, we're gonna play a game with you, Mason. Okay.
All right.
Mason didn't know this game coming in.
Oh
It's a
God.
surprise. So
Shit.
this is it. You have to answer the question within 5 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not good
And
at this.
those of you listening, do it at home too. I'm just very interested, and we're gonna burn through stuff. So the game is Jordan Love or.
Like who's better?
So you get to pick. Would you rather have Jordan Love or blank quarterback? Okay.
Okay.
Now,
So let me just think
some
about
people.
this.
Okay, so some people might say like now or for the future, and I was gonna say if you were the GM, You're trying to win now, right?
Yes,
So
but
let's not project
there's
out.
also, elements
Yes,
of,
yes,
is this
but
guy, say Tom Brady, this was a year ago, and
yeah. Do you
or
want Brady?
is
Yeah. So
Tom
you got
Brady
to.
still there?
You want to think
You
about
know,
some of the age stuff, but I would say majority of it is a now thing, right?
okay,
You're
within the next
projecting a
like
little, but
year, or like within 1 to 3
yeah,
years.
yes. So I'm gonna just rattle off quarterbacks, and your job is to say Jordan Love, say Love or the other person. Okay.
All right, are you gonna keep track of all these?
I'm gonna keep track of who you say no,
Is
like the
better
other
than
person
love.
to,
Okay,
because then I'm gonna see where he's at. I'm very interested.
like stats wise,
Oh, what do you mean?
or
Like we're
like you're gonna see where he's at, like compared to like their
ranked. Yeah. So
stats.
you would take 15 people over him, or 20,
Okay,
or two, or whatever. We'll see
are
how
we going through
biased
the
you
entire
are.
NFL?
You're damn right we are. That's why it's five
Shit.
seconds.
Okay,
Okay, ready?
set.
If you don't make a pick in 5 seconds, it automatically goes to Love. So don't just screw up here.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Everyone ready at home too? Yep, here we
Oh
go.
boy,
Matthew Stafford,
love,
Geno Smith,
love,
Brock Purdy,
love,
Josh Dobbs,
love,
Bryce Young,
love,
Baker Mayfield,
love,
Derek Carr,
love,
Justin Fields,
love,
Kirk Cousins,
love,
Jared Goff,
love,
Desmond Ritter,
love,
Daniel Jones,
love,
Sam Howell,
love.
Dak Prescott,
Love.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
So you would pick one quarterback over Jordan Love in the entire NFC. Let's just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes,
Patrick Mahomes.
Jimmy G,
Love.
Herbert,
Herbert.
Russell Wilson,
Love.
Ryan Tannehill,
Love.
CJ Stroud,
Love.
Anthony Richardson,
Love.
Trevor Lawrence,
Lawrence.
Joe Burrow,
Burrow.
Deshaun Watson,
Love.
Kenny Pickett,
Love.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh. I'd probably pick Lamar.
We're going to say Zach Wilson for the moment.
Love. If it's Rogers. Rogers.
Okay. Mac Jones,
Love.
Josh Allen,
Allen.
Tua Tagovailoa.
I would go with Tua.
So you picked, I mean, if you want to count Rodgers, you're at 9
Yeah.
more. So you think Love is a
AFC is a
top
lot
10
better.
quarterback. You think Love is a top 10 quarterback, though,
Yeah.
that you would take.
Right now.
Isn't that crazy?
It
So
is.
the reason why I'm saying this is I did this exercise in my head the other day after the game, and I was like, why would I take Love over a lot of people right
Yeah.
now? And I
So
don't even
you
think
kind of
he's
did the
like,
same thing.
yeah. And I struggled with the Lamars of the world. I struggled with like CJ Stroud because he's younger, but like
Yeah, but
he's got, you know, what I mean, it's the
so
contract, you
I'll
got
explain to you
money, and
why I
like,
picked him over Bryce and Richardson and
yeah,
Young,
those guys.
or yeah, Bryce Young, Richardson and Stroud.
Aaron, Aaron was
Because
a big factor for me.
yeah, and this is his first year starting, but he's been in the
Mm-hmm.
league for 4 years, so I think that goes a long way.
That was big.
That's why.
Yes.
Bryce Young is so small too. The dude's like 5'8",
Yeah.
5'10", whatever. He's little
Yep.
and he's skinny, and I'm like, that's
But
not going to last. Richardson,
Stroud's playing well,
I
and he
don't
looks
really, I
good.
haven't really seen anything out of him,
He's played
but
very well.
cool. Yeah, good for him. He's
Dak, I was interested in Dak, what you
yeah.
would say, and I was interested in Deshaun, like all those like
Those two made
mid-ish
me stumble.
guys.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
made me stumble, but they're probably right behind Love. Those guys are all right there. Dak is probably
Uh,
11th.
Isn't that interesting?
and Deshaun's probably 12. You know, they're right there.
Guys who have done more or are paid higher or have more responsibility on their team via their fans' point of view or
Hmm.
whatever, we don't think should be held to that standard. So are you holding Love to the standard of the ninth best quarterback in the league right now?
Yeah, I think you have to.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of pressure on him. Like the more he plays really well, the more pressure is going to be on him. Because it's like, oh, well, he's actually pretty good. So we have to expect them to do better, if he's the leader. And
Especially when he wins with all the injured people too.
right.
Like,
And granted, it's not pretty, but that's just, you know, that tells you that it's very top heavy,
yeah.
the amount of quarterback talent in the NFL.
Yeah, it cuts off
You
quick,
said
doesn't
if
it?
if we didn't play Atlanta, you're saying Desmond Ritter, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? You said Sam Howell. I said, who? I don't even know
Washington,
half the
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
So that just is like the Arizona guy, Josh Dobbs. If I wasn't like preparing for this podcast this year, I wouldn't have known 3 out of the 32 guys.
To be fair, if I didn't see the video of him going to the team store today
And
and not
not
being
finding
able to
his
get his
jersey.
own jersey, I don't know if I would have known his name off the top of my head.
His own team doesn't know his name.
Yeah, right. But I
Yeah.
was like, damn, what's his name again? And I'm like, oh, the video. Like I kind of stumbled for a quick sec.
Yeah.
And we
So
had to skip. I'm pretty sure I skipped over the Falcons because I was like, what's the quarterback again? Like I was
yeah,
like, we just played that team.
that's what I'm saying. I had to
Yeah.
ask you, like, where is he from? What does he do? And there's a lot of guys who are like not bad. Like Daniel Jones is okay. Like he took them to the playoffs last year. But then he, has a wide open field and he trips over his own feet on a, 90-yard run or whatever.
Well,
So
just
it's
think
just kind of
about
like
it.
goofy stuff like that. Like there's
There's
a lot of
there
goofy guys there.
next year. There's a ton of good quarterbacks that come out, but normally there's like 3 to 5, right? But only like one hits
Yeah, look at
every
Zach
year.
Wilson.
Yeah.
He's
Like you can
like
go
Joe
through draft
came out and
classes.
said he's got to go. He's not it.
Yeah.
And they are going to sign Trevor Simeon or something. Did you
Simeon,
see
yeah.
that?
Seaman, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Did you hear what Aaron said about that? He's not
mm,
happy. He's
why?
like, fans, players on the sidelines, we gotta button up and stop talking so
Yeah.
much and like show some integrity and like competitiveness and not be so like immediately turning on each other.
Yeah.
It's youth. It's
Which I
I
I
think if
get
he
it.
was on the sidelines, it would he hinted that he might be at the game Sunday night. He did hint at that on McAfee today, but
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to like be on the sidelines for the rest of the games or is he
he
just
said
kind
he
of
said he was going to once he has the ability to like evade things.
like
He
walk
wants to be able to
around
like
and
safely move so he doesn't get like rocked on the
yeah,
sideline or
that's
something.
smart. And so you can just, if he's going to be there, you better believe that one of the sideline reporters is going to be like, "Oh, can I talk to you?" And, that's going to get annoying really quick.
Yes.
So I don't blame him. And you know how he is with the
Yeah.
media. He wants to stay away no matter what. So no, that was a
Yeah.
fun
So
game. I did not expect that. When you texted me
yeah.
that yesterday, I was like, "Oh shit, here we go." I don't know
I didn't
enough
tell you what
about
it
this
was
stuff.
though. Yeah, I was sad.
No. So where did you have him compared to me?
I was dead on with you pretty much.
Nice.
I think
I never want to. I was afraid I was gonna look stupid
no,
because as we were going, I'm like, I'm saying love a lot.
I think the only person I would have taken over him was Matt Stafford that you didn't take Matt because I think Matt's a
Yeah, that
better
was right
quarterback.
out of the gate. I'm like, but he is a chucker, and I don't like guys who turn the ball over.
Yeah, fair, but Matt Stafford is elite when he's got time. He
His
gets
arm
eaten
talent is
alive.
unreal. Yeah,
Yes. Like when in the Super Bowl run, like he was throwing picks, whatever, but in the playoffs, the guy was just throwing darts. Like
yeah.
it was impressive.
I'm a
So that
love
was the
guy
only one
though.
I probably yeah.
Did you see Romeo do that after he scored that awesome acrobatic
You,
back
I,
shoulder.
whenever that, I'm telling you, week one he did it. I'm like, it's forever. The jump balls and like that's it's over.
Oh
He's
yeah,
not a big
he's
dude.
good.
Nobody get him. Yeah,
He's like 6'2". Romeo. I feel like he's like a decent size.
yeah,
He's
but
not a
that's not like
slot.
no, but
I
it's
mean,
not
what?
a
I mean, a big receiver's like 6'4". That's 2 inches shorter.
yeah, but I don't think he had
Jaden
a
Reed is like
huge
5'11", 5'10". Those little slot guys are tiny. I know we're only
like.
talking a matter
I'm
of
just
inches,
looking
but
this
every
up.
inch counts.
He had his I didn't think his vertical was all that special, and he's like 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's a little thinner.
He had a 32-inch vertical.
That was
Yeah,
that was me in high school.
that's what I mean. Like he's not like a super athlete at
Yeah,
comparatively speaking.
but it
So
doesn't show on the field. I mean, that one catch he had where it was like right here, and you see just fingertips, and he drags
it
his
was
toes.
awesome.
He's got great hands.
No, dudes in the. I mean, you don't have to be the greatest athlete doesn't always make the best player,
Right. I
right?
mean, look at Gronk. He was stumbling all over the fucking place, and he's like the greatest tight end ever. And he was
Yeah,
slow too, but he's
yeah.
huge.
And then you have Tyreek Hill, who's like the fastest person on the planet Earth. Like
Yeah,
it's
and you
just
don't really need
all.
to be able to catch the ball when you're wide open, and you just have to do this.
Hmm.
You don't have to have the best hands. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that was a fun game. I'd
Good.
say Stafford, Dak, those guys are kind of right in the
Lamar,
same
Deshaun, yeah, it's
area.
tough.
Yeah. But yeah, that was cool.
Okay.
It shows you how stacked the AFC is, though. Damn.
Yeah, and NFC's ass.
NFC sucks. I know
Caleb Caleb Williams needs to come to the NFC so
yeah, if
bad,
I
or
was him,
it's
I'd be
gonna
like,
be a
Bears, baby, let's
disaster.
go. Yeah.
Oh, do not. We're screwed if that happens. We are dead.
But their organization is ass. So
Yes, but I think he
watch
is
them ruin
a
him too. He's that good.
I think he's a Joe Burrow, Andrew Luck. Like, have you watched his
He's that
highlights?
good. I've seen
Yes.
at Scott's bachelor party, I saw him fumble a snap, pick it up, I don't know, whip it 60 yards to a guy like a dart. I'm like, okay, he's pretty good. I see what the hype is. It was a one play.
Mhm.
That's all it took. I was like, yep, eye test. He's good.
I sent Dad his week 2 highlights. He's like, "Damn." I was like, "That was just one game." He's like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, what?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's all in one game." It's
Yeah.
like
He's
it's
a beast.
crazy.
And he's like
Hmm.
big enough too. I feel like I don't know how big he is, but he looks like he can. Yeah. That's the thing with these guys who are so good, like Tua and Bryce. They're so small. And Tua's already having troubles with staying healthy. It's like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be easier in the NFL to stay healthy.
I know I'm eating that Dolphins pick too because I didn't pick them because like he's not going to stay healthy and it still might not happen. But they're so good with him when
Their
he's there.
offense is just unreal.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun to watch.
it is. That was fun though. I like that. So we
Okay,
got another game here, huh?
drafting it up. Let's do
Let's
it.
draft. In honor of us being at the Thursday night football game at Lambo.
Lambo.
We
Shout out Bill
obviously
Jones.
will, yeah, we will tailgate and
Just for a
yeah,
little bit.
naturally only like 4 hours, but in honor of that, let's do a best food, best drink, best game, and best tailgating song. So we each pick
Yes, you have to
one
pick
of
one.
each category.
No
So
particular order.
it's
Just
4 rounds and you just got to pick whatever.
you got to pick one. Yeah, you got to pick one of, so you can take that how you want. If there's one really good thing and there's two things that are pretty similar, then maybe you don't do that one. You know what I mean? For the best team. I get the first pick this week, by the way, because I let you have it last week.
Well, I know I'm getting a great drink or a great food no matter what
Correct.
because you can't pick both of those. So
Yes.
do it.
I'm going with game.
Oh, Oh, you get
Yeah.
my pick. Okay.
I'm gonna take a game. I'm gonna take bags. Cornhole, as they call it in the rest of the country. I
Yeah,
love
that's a
bags.
solid pick.
I
That's
mean, we play it
that's
every
the first one
time.
that comes to my mind. So
I play it. I dominate the table. I think we've just been running the Wistenberg household I have lately. But
shout out to Ross
it's
Butterfield, the only one that's better than Cole that I've
yeah.
faced. And the
It's
wildest toss, lefty
Chuck is pretty damn
frisbee
good though.
throwing
So
there.
this weekend's or Thursday's gonna be
Yeah,
yeah,
the
competition's up.
Chuckster.
Yeah. But you
Yeah, that'll
have a
be
drink in
fun.
your hand. It's just a good vibe.
Okay. That's a great pick. That's a great one. I'm
Okay.
gonna go. I mean, this is such an obvious choice. I feel like you're gonna be like, oh, duh. Like you even have to pick that. But for drink, I mean, beer.
Yeah. I mean,
Straight
yes.
up beer. And if
Yeah.
I have to be picky, Miller Lite.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna
You
like a
can you
lot
can
of people
take
are gonna
just
be like,
beer.
oh
Yes.
fuck Miller Lite. We like Bush Light, we like Bud Light,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
But
I'm
it's the Packers.
we're Wisconsin. I went to
Yeah.
school for 8 years in Milwaukee. I love Miller Lite. My
That's a
grandpa
great pick.
had been drinking it since he was 10 and he, you know,
Out of the womb.
yeah, you know, that's my first beer I ever drank, and it's probably gonna be my last beer I'll ever drink. I like other beers too, but Miller Lite.
I think
You
that's
gotta
it.
have a light beer if you're tailgating. You gotta
Yes.
control the
It's a
calories.
standard.
You can get bloated really easily drinking beer. So, mixed drinks are great too, but beer is just it's a rock. It's solid. It's always gonna be there for you. And you can drink it for hours when you're freezing cold, like in the frozen tundra. You don't even need a cooler. You just keep it outside. You're fine. Beer is the drink, and it segues to my game I would pick since you don't have a game, but I'll let you take your second pick here. All right, so you have your second pick.
So with my second pick, I have to be strategic here because
Yeah,
you
I know.
took
I took a drink.
a drink, so you can't take a drink now.
Yeah,
So
so
I
you might as
have to
well
either
take
take
that
a
last.
song or a food. And I think song is so wide open. I'm gonna take food.
Yeah.
So for my food, and I think this kind of works, but I'm gonna do brats slash hot dogs. Can I do the slash or do I have to just pick one? I think they're both
I'll give it to
phallic
you.
shaped foods. Yeah.
I'll
I
give it
I
to you.
prefer I prefer brat patties. If you haven't had
Oh
that,
my
try that. But
God.
brats, we'll take a hot dog any day of the week on the grill,
Mm-hmm.
glizzy in it before the game. Like it's awesome. You can eat them one handed with a beer in the other, like Mason was saying. You can play
Yeah, that's
bags. It's
I'm
just
pissed. I
classic.
was
It's
hoping you were gonna
ballpark.
go burger or
I
something
was
else,
thinking
chili
burger. I
or
was leaning,
something.
yeah, I was gonna do that or like just a basic like side food, like but you have to do the main course. And
Yeah,
I was thinking like wings too, because people, but that's like more, I don't know. Wings is tough for tailgate to me. I need more hand food that I can hold while I'm standing.
yeah.
I don't want to have to
Like
sit
if
and
we're
eat.
just talking like sitting down football party food, I think
That's
wings
different. Yeah,
is
Super
number
Bowl
one.
party.
I think
Yeah,
that's
Super
number
Bowl
one.
party.
Easy.
Yes. Because I
But
like taco
I
dip too, or
yeah,
fruit, and you need
but
veggies and
that
all
stuff where
that
you like
stuff.
I need a plate, I need a napkin, I need like all this other shit.
That's why
So I
chili's kind of tough. Yes.
chili's good, and especially where we are, it gets cold, and chili hits different when it's cold out and you're
Yes,
drinking
it
beer and
warms
you're
your
tailgating.
insides.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's good, and it's not that
Yeah.
hard. You do it ahead of time. You bring a crock pot, you're good to go. You just got to bring the fixings that you put on top.
Absolutely.
Um, and if
Real
you don't
chili
think
is
that
with
chili has
noodles.
noodles, you can get
Yeah.
Del Cap.
Yeah.
Um, not Cincinnati chili. We're talking just like macaroni noodles. And no, it's not chili mac.
Is it real
But
chili?
yeah, I'm pissed that you picked that because I was gonna go on this beer. I was gonna just go beer as my drink. I was gonna go beer brats as my food. I was gonna go, yeah. Um, So
Good.
with my second pick, since you already have game and you already have food,
Food.
I'm gonna go song just
You have
to
to.
make sure that you don't pick the one that I want. And let me preface this with there are so many songs that are good for football games.
This is why I didn't pick song.
Um,
There's
right.
too
And
many.
there's so many different genres. Like I was literally gonna do beer everything. I was gonna pick Luke Combs, Beer Never Broke My Heart. You know, like that's a fun one. Everyone will sing to. It's country, so not everyone likes it, but most people do. Um, but then I'm like, no, hip hop has, got a lot of bounce to it. You're always doing this,
Green
a
and
lot of
yellow,
people
green and
know them.
yellow, green and yellow.
Yeah, I mean something like that, that'd be good, but that's very specific to like our team. So then I was like, you know what? You got to go with a classic that everyone knows.
If this
And
is
when
the
you
one I
hear it, it just gets you, oh yeah. It just gets you pumped up.
what?
And I think you don't necessarily need to get pumped up for a tailgate. Like you want to hear a song like this also at the stadium. And you want to hear like, like they play Welcome to the Jungle as they're kicking off and it gives me goosebumps. Oh man, when they kick off like
It's a
that,
good
love
one.
it. Or Enter Sandman. You hear
Can
that
you just
dun,
say
dun,
your
dun,
pick
dun,
already?
dun. I know I've got this great lead up to it. Enter Sandman, that like initial guitar solo. Ooh, baby. Mine, because it's fun, it's like got a great beat to it. I know you're on the edge of your seat here.
Would you just pick?
It's Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. Good one though.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's the best.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Copyright
that's a great
infringement.
song. Yeah. Um, like you're playing, you're just like, yeah,
That's
you're
an Ender
throwing
Sandman
stuff.
kind of song to me, where that kind of you like gets going
Everyone
and you're
knows it. Yeah, even if you're like, oh, who
or
sings
Welcome to the
this or
Jungle.
whatever,
Yeah.
but like most people will be like, yeah, this song rocks, man. It's a great song. And
Good
it
good
gets
pick.
you psyched, gets you pumped up. So that's my song.
So now I have two picks left. And because you
Yep.
already picked, we
Drink.
can kind of yep, I have drink. Drink was
That's
tough. So
tough,
I'll go drink with the next one. It's tough because you took beer. Obvious first choice for me.
man.
I was between like vodka, just like a liquor, you know, summer hummers,
Yeah,
whatever.
no, I feel like you got to pick a drink. You can't just pick, oh, a vodka and then anything that has vodka in it. You have to pick a drink.
Yes. So I'm not choosing vodka. I'm not choosing vodka. I'm saying seltzers. That's what I'm gonna pick as the broad course. Like
Yeah,
you
I mean
picked beer.
that's a that's a
And
close
then
relative.
I'm
It matches
or
up well.
seltzer or but like I'm leaning more towards the we prefer them in the family. I do at least the neutral, so the real vodka and juice, but like neutrals, trulies, like that kind of thing. Because I think if you're not
Not
going
as
to
much
drink a
of a white
beer,
claw or like
not
a
not a
stuff like
white
that.
claw, yeah, more
Like a
towards
high
that lane,
noon.
high noonish, yes,
Yeah.
type stuff, where you're getting a little bit more
It's a
sweetness.
canned mixed drink kind of.
Pretty much, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not
With a
it's
little
more
bit of
specific.
bubbly in it.
Correct. And I think more girls drink that, guys drink it.
Yep.
It's mixed between everybody. If you don't want the beer or the weight of the beer because you think it, you get full from that or what, you're
Hmm.
not a beer drinker, whatever. I
Most
think that's a
people can
good,
drink them.
yeah. And you can drink, I can drink those. I mean, I can drink anything, but in 9 a.m. in the morning or,
Oh yeah.
3 a.m. in the bar, like wherever. And then game day doesn't matter.
Right.
So I'm totally for that. That would be
It's
my
the
pick.
perfect matchup if beer was taken already because they're around
Yes.
like a light beer is like almost 100 calories. Those are about
Yeah.
100 calories,
Yeah. 190,
and
95. Yeah.
easy to drink. Like you said, you can just go through them.
Correct.
So yeah, that's a
Which is a
solid
little
pick.
more expensive, but yes.
Yeah, that's a solid pick though. You don't really, I mean, you get some alcoholics out there who just walk around with a big Yeti and they're just like pouring mixed drink. I'll have a couple of those, but I'm not like doing that all day. That's all I'm drinking. That's a
Last
lot.
time,
You're gonna be
last time,
that's those are the guys that are just,
last time
you know,
Chuck came to the game, it was just mixed drinks, and
Yeah.
I don't remember the end of the game. We'll just put
Right.
it that
Yeah.
way.
I think you're gonna have to sit in the 4 because you might not be able to sit in the 2.
Yeah, well,
You almost got kicked out.
that's what we were told.
I'm not. I'm sitting in the 4, so I don't know.
You're not.
I always sit in the 2.
You're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
We'll have to talk about this at another time.
You're not. Get out of here. What's
So,
your pick?
what do I have left here? I have to do a
Game or
food
food?
and a game.
Yep.
And you already picked those. So,
Yep. That's up
I'll
for grabs.
do I like a nice beer pong. I was going to
I
stick
think
to the beer, and that's easy. I mean,
the other
it's
one we'll have at the
right.
tailgate.
It's,
Yeah.
one table and some empty cups. You just fill it with water and a ping pong ball. That's probably the same amount of equipment you need to play bags if you count all the
Yep.
bags and all that shit.
I think the one.
Takes up less space than bags. That's the thing
Yep.
with bags. You have to have a good
Space.
amount of area. I was gonna
One
say
thing.
just tossing a pigskin. That was gonna be another one.
Football.
But
Yeah. I thought about that too.
with
I think the
that,
one,
it's a little less. You need two hands, so it's harder to have a drink with you. You can.
and it's a lot of
It might
movement
be
though
part of the
sometimes.
rules where you have to hold the fucking drink when you're playing
Yeah.
beer pong. So yeah,
That's my
I
issue
mean,
with beer pong. Is there's too many, like, bags is pretty dialed in. There's too many rules. Too many. Oh, house rule is this. You can't do this. You can do this. But a bit. Like, and then if you
yeah,
get
but that's a
people,
simple. Are we
it's
playing balls back? Are we playing this? And then you just kind of figure it out.
yeah.
Unless you're
I
playing
just
with absolute frat boy sticklers that are a bunch
That's
of
what that
assholes.
attracts. Yes.
Whatever. But
Yes.
yeah, I think that's a solid game.
It is. It's the second best
Doesn't
one,
take
I
up
would
much
say.
space, and you can, yeah, and that gets a little more people involved. You can play, you
You can
know,
stand next to it. You're
yeah,
not
you can
like, oh
watch
yeah,
it and
yeah.
yeah, hang out and
It's
watch.
it's quick too,
Yeah,
if you're good. Um, so my last one is song. This was unbelievably hard. Like, I had no idea what to do.
yeah,
And I'm gonna be straight here. I didn't even have a song picked. And then when you mentioned stuff, I started thinking, like, because you said what they play in the stadium. And I was like, do I say like the theme song to the Sunday Night Football? But you can't do that because
no, I
that
mean,
shit
this
gets
is
me
something that you're gonna
rolling.
play like on your speaker when you're
Yep.
tailgating.
So I am gonna go super cliche, super like, but everyone knows it.
Does it
And I'm
jump
gonna give
around?
it's Jump Around.
Oh, you bitch! I knew you were gonna say that. I'm like, I'm
I was
not
gonna
doing that.
I was gonna do
That's
I'm doing Jump
Madison
Around.
bullshit.
Everyone, well, the other two that were in contention, I will say, shout out Alexa. She likes Tell me something good.
Yeah,
During the challenge.
that's a fun one.
Um, I like Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond. Everyone knows that song, but you gotta kind of gotta be into it while you're
Yeah, that's
drinking.
not a tailgating song to
But
me.
the other one
That's a
would be
bar song,
the other
that
one
all the
was
white people scream that.
Shout. I thought about Shout too. Make me wanna shout, throw your hand. That's a wedding song. That's a wedding
Yeah,
crashers. Like, that gets
yeah.
people moving too. But I did Jump Around. That's my cliche because
I
that
was thinking
everyone
like,
knows it, everyone likes it. They play it in the stadium. It
yeah,
works.
Seven Nation Army was another one that I thought of.
Ding 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 ding
Yeah,
ding
that one
ding.
because it's not a lot of words, but you just know the beat and it's just easy. You don't have to think about it.
Yeah,
You're playing, you're drinking, you're doing whatever, and I think that's a good song. You just like you don't think about it. It's just like, oh yeah, this is a good one. You just keep going. Yeah,
so
but I
that's my
mean, jump
picks.
is a good or jump around's a good one. I will say. I got too many Madison, Wisconsin friends that I don't want to insult, but I don't give a shit. What
You're
have they
up.
done? They haven't won shit. Okay. I have
Food.
food.
Food
You
should be
picked
easy.
brats, and that was so great because I was like, you can eat it with
Brats and
one
hot
hand.
dogs.
It's
Yeah.
so good. You don't even need a plate. It's a great pick, and I'm pissed that you picked that because if I got beer and that, it's over.
Yes.
Um,
That's why I won. I
so
already won. You might as well
no,
quit.
I think I think I gotta go like burger because
Yeah.
that's like what do you put on a grill? You have brats
It's
and
very
burgers, burgers and
stereotypical, but
brats.
You can also eat that with one hand, if unless you have little
Yeah.
munchkin hands. But yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
you put a thumb and a pinky on the bottom and the three on top. Oh yeah, you can
Yeah,
get it done. And the worst thing that you need to do is put it on a plate and set it on a bush next to you, while you're
yeah.
doing your thing. That's no big deal.
It's
Um,
filling.
yeah,
They're better
yeah.
for you
And
than a brat and a hot
there's a
dog.
million amazing toppings you can put on there. Pickles, ketchup,
In
mustard,
it
lettuce,
too. You can do
cheese,
yeah,
bacon,
festy. You can make them
whatever.
thick,
You can put
thin.
a brat patty on that too. Make it a
Yeah,
brat burger, you know? So I say burgers. That's got to be it. We were talking about wings. We were talking about chili. Um, I don't know. I mean, you could do like we're doing chicken breasts on Thursday. Chicken breast sandwich is one of my favorite summer meals.
very good.
But there's just I mean, the ease of cooking a burger. Like
I got you.
you can under it's easier to undercook chicken, and then that's not a good thing. You just got E. coli everywhere.
Yeah, I
If you
think an
undercook a
undercooked
burger a little
burger
bit,
or an overcooked is still good. Like
yeah,
it's tough. Like
yeah, it's just a little red and juicier,
mm-hmm.
or it's even if it's
Just
like
a little chewy.
well done, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
you're drunk, you're drinking, and
Mm-hmm.
it's usually those little thin ones. So it's like they
It's a
take
good filler
two
up.
minutes to cook on each side. Yeah, burgers, it's gotta be it. So my four are beer, burgers, Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, and beer pong. I think that's solid. If that's
My
all we had at a tailgate,
yes.
like Kickstart
Like
My Heart was the first song. It's not the only song on repeat. You'd, go nuts. But if that's the first song or that's the type of playlist that's going on there, I think everyone would be pretty happy with that.
yep, I would agree. Mine were Jump Around for the song, brats, hot dogs, bags, cornhole, and then seltzers. So
Yeah. I think your weak ones are the song and uh the drink. I
the
think
drink,
your top.
seltzers,
Yeah, but beer kicks everything's ass.
it doesn't.
Bags is number one.
So I
And
picked it.
brats are number one. You have two
I
number
think
ones. I
yeah,
have beer, which is number one.
I clearly won this draft.
I
Let's
have
just vote, comment,
I have hamburgers
subscribe.
or cheeseburgers, which is
It's not even
two. That's
close.
a close two.
Yeah, but I
And
beat you
then
on two, and I'm closer on your
I've got
two than you are to
beer
my
pong.
two.
That's probably two. And then Kickstart My Heart is top 10
I think
song.
more people are gonna side with me. I'm just putting this out here.
Yeah, because you got so many fuckers that go to Madison. Uh,
It's all about playing to
I
the
think it was
crowd here.
close. I think it's
It was
closer
a
than you
very
think.
good one. Tough, good draft
That's
though.
a fun one, though.
Do
Yeah,
your own. See what you come up with.
that
Yep.
was a good idea.
All
Okay.
right.
Should we?
Next up, there's not much.
Fantastic.
Yeah, not much to talk about. We talked about Alexa beating me horribly
Yeah.
already. Don't need to relive
Yikes.
that.
That's
Um,
bad. Way to go,
we had the
Alexa.
she won the fantasy party as well. We did that this weekend.
Yeah.
Mason's salty as fuck about that. Paige came home was like, "Why was he
I need
so
a
upset?"
I need a
I was,
recount. We need to
I was
recount
like,
those votes,
I
man.
don't
That's
know.
bullshit.
We had way too much food, but yeah.
Only five
Um,
people voted, but six there were extra ballots in there.
there was not.
We
Um,
shouldn't allow the mail-in ballot anymore.
you beat okay. You beat Allie. Did you
I
bet
did.
anything? Did you
No, it was a busy
no?
week. We didn't really get into that.
Damn. You should have
It
done
was
something.
probably dinner or something.
I was
I'll
gonna
make
say
her buy
take
me a
have you
meal
have
this
her
weekend.
take you out to dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
I play Allie this week, so that's interesting because her team's actually scary good, I guess. And you play Alexa, so good fucking luck with Justin Herbert and Mostert and Tyreek Hill and Keenan Allen and
At least
everybody.
Miami plays Buffalo, and Buffalo's D is
Yeah,
decent,
you're
so at
gonna
least they have
catch a
something.
yeah. I played bum ass Denver, and I'm like,
Yeah,
great, screw that, whatever.
that's funny.
That was a joke.
Yeah, it should be a
Um,
fun week of fantasy.
yes, it will. I have one bet for the week,
Okay.
and it's a shocker. You'll never guess what I'm saying. You should bet.
Okay. Go for it.
No, that was like a can you guess what I'm gonna say?
No, I have no idea.
Hammer a same game parlay. Cause because I'm part of the team, if you didn't like hear, are 1.5 point underdogs, the Packers. So I'm betting hard on the Packers, and I'm betting hard on Jordan Love throwing more than 1.5 touchdowns, and I'm betting hard. I can't put the bet in yet, but I read today that Jonesy and Watson and the squad is probably playing. So whenever I find out that he's playing, I'm betting Aaron Jones anytime touchdown as well.
All right.
And we're
That's probably
rolling.
yeah, that's probably
Yes,
good.
that's my role here.
And we
And
have
we're
to
gonna be at
win
the
the game
game.
too.
We have to
Is it
win,
money
and I'm
line
gonna
too?
be. Yep,
Yeah.
it's money line because it's plus money because we're underdogs. That'll probably change a little bit once they find out all those guys are back. But
How much are we underdogs right now?
1.5 points.
Yeah,
So we could
it'll
even
change. It'll
lose.
change once
It'll change when we'll probably be even or something, but or maybe one favorite. But bet the Packers. That's what I'm saying. Can't
yeah,
lose. We're there.
that's a good bet. And
Yeah,
that'll be
finally.
fun because you're gonna be there and you're gonna have to
I
root
know
even more.
I can't root against the
Yeah.
team I'm rooting for my
Yeah.
bet. So
Yeah, that's a good one. I would
uh
consider going in on that one, but I won't.
yeah, I lost last week, so
Yeah, and the week
we're,
before.
no, I won last week. Personally, if I would have bet.
Okay. So we'll just do one uniform today. We're moving over into the AFC. AFC South. This was a fun division to do because they are relatively new, like a lot of newer teams in the NFL, a lot of like cool colorways and stuff. So let's just start with we'll do the Houston Texans. These are cool. I did change their helmets. Still using, part of their logo, but the biggest thing here is their helmets, and they're pretty sweet. So I've got white helmets now, all white, and I've got the logo is half blue, half red. So I put the blue one on one side and the red on the other side, and it makes it, it looks like the horns are coming out of their helmet, kind of like
I
the Vikings or like the
I
Eagles
like the
wings and stuff.
halfy. I do like that.
It's cool, right? So one side you see red, the other you see blue. And I
It's a
feel like you had to
good
do
mix up.
white because if you did like a blue helmet, the blue side wouldn't pop as much. Or if you did a red helmet, the red side wouldn't pop as much. And you can't like split the helmet blue and red down the middle. That would just look dumb. So I'd like white is fine. So that's like the biggest part with these. They're pretty cool.
No
Um,
stripe.
no stripe on the helmet. Yeah, just letting the
I
horn
don't
do the
like that.
talking. It's like the Vikings. They don't have a stripe. Um,
I couldn't hear that. Was that a
yeah. If I would put a stripe on the Vikings, it would be like the Nordic, um, like braid right down the middle.
That'd be cool.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
But we're not talking about the Vikings. So Houston Texans, primary home, all blue. Because their normal ones are blue helmet, blue jerseys, and white pants because they're dummies. So I just kind of altered the striping a little bit. The leg stripes kind of come down into a V or like a horn type thing. So all blue with the red on there pops. Secondary home, same thing, just in red. So you get your blue and then you get your red, and then the helmet is, both of those. So I thought that was pretty cool. So all red, we got blue accents with the stripes and the numbers, and you got that white helmet and it pops. Those are pretty fun. I gave him a third one too. So just to get a little bit of both, gave him the red jerseys and the blue pants, same striping as before. I don't think there's anything wrong with those. I think those are pretty cool. All white. These were kind of like the Bengals last night.
Awesome.
My assistant today said I didn't like them. They kind of remind me of zebras. And I'm like, oh shit, it does look like a zebra, doesn't it?
How old is your assistant?
22, 21, something like that.
Only a 22-year-old female would say that comment. I'm just saying.
But I mean, I do like the Bengals all white. Those are sweet. And they finally wore the right jerseys. Last year they wore the old ones with like the B on the front and it was like the black block on the shoulders. Now they wore their real white jerseys and those were perfect. Those uniforms were perfect last night. So Texans all white with the blue, and then I gave them red names on the back. So you have a little bit of red, some red Nike swooshes in there. So you get a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, all white with those white helmets. Ooh, baby. That's primary home.
Last ones remind me of the Patriots. Am I just thinking weird here?
Well, yeah, because they're red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
It's a lazy color scheme. How many
Yeah.
teams are red, white, and blue? A lot. Not just in the NFL, like in all sports. There's so many. So the secondary away, white helmets, white jersey, and I gave them some blue pants just so to switch it up a little bit. But
Are these simple, clean, and sexy?
they are simple, clean, sexy, and they pass the eye test. So yeah, these are fun. I like the Texans. That was cool. I thought the helmet was that was pretty sweet because you get like part of the star eye in there too, and then it's a cool logo with like it looks like the skull almost. It's like I don't know how to describe it, but it looks like the skull of a bull, you know?
Yeah.
And
The bullhorn.
it's got
Yeah.
that jut out right there and it fits like just perfectly over the ear hole on your helmet and the uh, horn comes up around like that. They're sweet. So that was a lot of fun because it's the fucking Texans. Who cares?
So
You can have some fun with them.
Texans or Vikings?
Um, I'd go with the Texans.
So they have taken over as your number one so far.
Finally, yeah. I think the Texans are more fun, but I don't think they're gonna last for long.
Okay.
We have some pretty fun ones in this one, so yeah.
Good
That's all I
uniforms.
got for you, buddy boy.
All right, we're done.
I think we're done.
Over?
It's over. Just for this
Okay.
week. We'll come back next week.
Maybe if we're alive after the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait.
All right.
All right.
GPG, baby. I'll see you
GPG.
Thursday.
I will see you Thursday. Drive
Bye. Love
safe.
ya.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. I said it backwards.
All right. That's enough.